to the All-Star Tournament Expert Division opening round, hole number 3. Here we're going to be setting up for the Thorn bounce up shot, similar to how we were playing this in the qualifying round. We're going to be starting at P3 max rest. We're going to split the bunker with our bullseye. All level APOCs, 5 plus here. If you're playing this with APOC 4, you'll need to use a P4 plus ball and start at the top of the 22. 6 top, 3 right. And what you'll need to look out for on the drive here, and I didn't do it here, but in winds below 7 miles an hour, push up 3 plus yards. Also, we've changed the curl a little bit. So the curl for the drive is going to be left side of the ball touching the outside of the shot circle, and it's full controlled OP. So the adjustment for the drive is P3 plus 5%, max numbers, 6 top, 3 right. It's no push up unless your wind is below 7. And the curl is going to be left side of the ball touching the outside of the shot circle, right curl. I don't push up here, and I use less curl here, but you're going to see this bounce if you're looking closely. We catch a high up, like the bounce between the second and third. You see how high that one bounced? We don't want it to bounce that high, and so we modified the drive a little bit, so we keep that second and between the second and third bounce, we keep it lower to the ground, make sure that tree doesn't come into play. So that's why you need the push up, and it's why we have increased the amount of curl. So we're looking for anything right around 410 has been our average, 410 to 415. But pay attention to your drive yards. We're going to use drive yards for slider values. The adjustment for the approach shot is P3 plus 10% at slider. What we're going to do is set up with the yellow ring touching the fairway fringe line on the bottom, right? So we're going to be on the fringe, but the bottom of our yellow ring will be touching the fairway fringe line, with the ball guide going through the hole before we add any spins, right? And then we're just going to add backspin as needed so that the tip of the ball guide is about 1 square short of the hole. So you see here, I'm setting up with the green ring. We've changed that, but this is the same offset that we're going to be using. So you want to be aimed center cup, and then you want the tip of the ball guide to be just crossing this line, which is 2 lines short of the hole, or 2 lines below the hole. So that's what I'm looking for. That's just have the tip crossing that line there and have it aimed center of the cup. Now, there are wind angles here, and there is a pull angle here. So you need to pull this one with a slight 1159 flicker, favoring a slight 1159. If you pull this with too much 01, you're probably going to miss it to the right. So we're pulling this straight with a 59 favor. And if you catch the crosswind angle, you're going to need to add left curl because we're getting more push to the right. And that starts right around, if you split the difference between the rock and the bush, That's basically where it starts. And then, you know, right here, you'll be 1 click of left curl. Right here, you're going to be 2, 3, 4, and so on. The only other thing you need to note is for higher winds, you need to add more left curl. So if your wind is 7.5 to 8.3, you'll add 1 click of left curl to that. So you'll start here with 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then if your wind is 8.4 to 9.1, then you'll add an additional click. So it'll be 2, adding 2. So then this one would be 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? And then the standard is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Click, and that's all clicks of left curl, right? If you just try to add to the adjustment, what it does is it pulls you too far down. You could end up catching the fairway fringe line and getting a weird bounce. So I don't necessarily like adding curl, but it's going to be the easiest way, I think, to do it. You just have to practice it a couple times, make sure that the curl matches the 1159 you do. If you're pulling a hard 59, then you won't need to add as much curl. If you're pulling more straight or slightly 1201, then you're going to need to add more curl, right? So it's pull angle dependent. But if you got everything right and you're just kind of favoring the 59, this should be the correct amount of curl tweaks that are needed to drop this shot. But you want the bottom of your yellow ring touching the fairway fringe line. You set the ball guide going through the hole with no spin. Then you just add straight backspin as needed so that the tip of the ball guide is just crossing that line. And your aim center cup. P3 plus 10% at slider. We're using drive yards for slider values. 410 is 88. 11 is 86, 12 is 84, 413 is 82, 414 is 80, 415 is 78, and it's 2% per, right? So just keep going 2% per for drive yards. 416 is 76, 417 is 74, 409 is 80, 408 is 9. I'm sorry, 409 is 90, and 408 is 92. So it's 2% per, right? 410 is 88%, plus or minus 2% per yard above or below. P3 plus 10 at slider. Good luck, everyone. Hope you get the drop, and we'll catch you on the next one.